akamanda wati jamal bi ne ka diam e ka shulo yitande president Barrow la advisor wal yamar lal mi yalonga about last week president Barrow ya another appointment state house court on court ko high personalities ay wala appoint wala do wodi wa be kono fatu jaw mane mi yalonga ay wo appoint pro kala yamari strategies on communication and other social imagining issues mi yalonga wala be fitika this latest appointment by the president pour ya advisor member ay la faro ke wala ya nyade
President Barrow to Lafar cannot advise us. The law is very straightforward. 4 advisors, period. 2 deputy advisors, period. That's what is in the budget. That's all. Now Momo advisor. I think if I quote right, it's honorary advisor. Yeah. So Omanke Modme is on the pay scales in the government. It's an honorary one. I have high regards for Farjao Mane. She is a colleague. We've been working for a long time. Ngalo personally, and Ngalo he is up and straight. Natra danko ala strategist la fine. But now is one thing kamo advice, another thing Amaria or advice is not put into actions. Nasala advice is not cannot into actions. He'll have a very good communication strategy. But among 4 communication school, because the current minister is a seasoned journalist, so I really don't see any problem of him having honorary advisors. He can have as much as 20, 30, 100 advisors. But Luai mean there are 4 advisors. None of the parliament he cannot go. Last time Canada Parliament he wanted to have 6. No. In fact, we want to reduce the 4. But since it's already staying at 40, but additional 2 men, we cut it out of the budget. So we are in control. He can't do that. It's not necessary. What? It's not necessary.
Well, honorable.
Already yeah, but in a yamar lal menje President Barrow men appoint. Ka kuma se dembo by force la. Was a spent force. Yalon ko nafatala fus fasolomat. Sai is out of it. Dembo of the diamond sai ala sensational farm correct because I came back at all. He's not up there. He can't do anything. One clean. James Gomez. No, nka memfo. Nko ala sense. Kebata anala sense fana is not up. Look, Biden is much older than Dembo. He's president. He's up. He come to thinking. Ika 60 or even 50. Ala brain nas. Dembo more national. Dembo man can be Dembo ti. Dembo national sign. What make have Dembo by for having be inte Clinton. Yeah, my woman Clinton. Nina James Gomez. Me mahana la bulba na maralo.
Henry Gomez.
Yeah, Henry Gomez. Iko advice. Abi advice ta munele. Ye buje na siaka jata. Me alon kala life best spend Europe Montreal. Iko mu de political advisor let. Ubi advice la munela. Ye boto ina juma ya kote. Deputy youth advisor.
Mr. Barrow.
Mbalo. Me a life based spend in America doing nothing.
That doesn't matter. I mean,
yeah, no, it's good to spend your life in Europe, but come with something.
But Mr. Barrow is fine.
Okay, fine. If he's fine with him, fine.
No problem. I'm just proposing to you that he's fine.
I'm saying he is not fine. Well, but if you say he's fine, it's fine. It's empty. Mbalo is empty. Mbalo is just an empty person. Mbalo is just a football.
Well, I think they go sort of.
Yeah, man. And then you do Sanwo. Advisor, do Sanwo. Well, I can President Barrow to tell who can men better because it come advisor me along. I think long ala area to I advisor. But moment men long. Iko it advisor. It no be feeling toilet. I go thinking
the reason president were appointed wala ala background in politics. I men long.
Whose background in politics? Do Sano? Yeah, I saw from more dole, not us. Do in politics. What does do know in politics? Munam do a basic education qualification. I saw for more do malo, not me, not Honorable Mary Ceesay. And do will not stand and challenge that. Not about challenge. Let him come out. I tell him that he can call me down any radio, not move debate over all qualifications. Do is nothing absolutely. It's an empty person. I saw for more men do until not do on. I don't want to go into other issues.
But if let's say Mr. Mbalo, Nico ala advisor, Mr. Mbalo, amu multiple more safa qualification or so. And in fact, Allah party ya entrust le wala Allah ta'ala no ya trust le no prior contest election in Japan. So
1997.
Good. So that shows that he is something, and in fact, he's capable of doing something.
But 1997 can I sign? Has he really improved himself? That's Ninko Enko say who is nothing. Mka base feneka. To be a parliamentary representative, you have basic qualifications. Sign, you have spent over 20, 30 years after that. And in Itadula Damian, you have big opportunities. Ini munenata. He could have been something today. Advisor. In fact, what was it? Deputy advisor on youth affairs. Sehumbala really is a substance. He wouldn't be a deputy. He would have been a proper advisor. They would have had enough in his own area. But on youth matters, Sehumbala is not a young man. He's older than his minister. Advisor, boss, is it Henry? No,
okay, Henry.
Henry. Look at those two old people advising that young man like Bakari Baji. Bakari don't need those old guys to advise him. On youth matters, Bakari youth matters don't Katambala two advisors. So we are just wasting state resources on useless.
But you know, if not that is the case, then it is of the belief, strong belief, then why are you budget when you approve?
We don't approve people's appointment.
We are talking about the office of the president.
Yes, we have approved 4 advisors for him and 2 deputy advisors. But who are going to occupy those positions is not our duty as members of parliament. That is for the president to do. So until the budget you are limited to 4 advisors and 2 advisors. But it be mental as your advisor. That's not our business anymore. So why no approve? That is not a relevant question.
No, of course it is relevant.
It's not a relevant question.
Even your party leader question that alle budget will approve the president office of the president. They could have been cut.
But if you limit it to the office of the advisors, why do we?
I said, I question on you reframe, putting it in this way that Munatina Alio budget when you approve for the office of the president, that
the president's budget is relevant. It's relevant. I've had people saying that
150,000.
We need to break that out because Nico office of the president always need a point of agreement. Nico office of the president is not the president's only office. It encompasses the office of the vice president, the civil service, and a lot of other things under the office of the president. It's not only President Adam Barrow's, nearest. No, office of the president is far bigger than the cabinet. It's far bigger than President Barrow and his family. It takes around major government departments, including the office of the vice president, will be office of the president. So I have no issues with that.
Anyway, let's not.
I have no issues with that. Even if my presidential candidate have issues with that, I don't have issues with that. And that's the beauty of democracy. I cannot think the same way like Hussein Dabo.
No, but
my thinking and Hussein will differ.
In fact, before that budget was approved, economics, many Londosa, they advised you guys.
I am not an economist.
No, but you guys were advised on
by who? I'm not advised by any other person. Of course not. But look, let me tell you, the budget we have to give government a budget.
And then depending on circumstances, what kind of budget are you guys approving for the government?
That is why if people who really follow the budget session, the initial budget that came to the parliament, particularly on the office of the president, has been sliced by a lot of millions of dollars. So what those Gambians want? Do you want us to...
The minister
minister
asked for a budget deficit of around 7 billion. Then you give him, I think, 5 or 6 million. Mojamal fee with belief considering the impact of COVID-19 on the Gambia's economy.
Yeah, well, that is the belief of the people. The fact of the matter,
honorable, this is not about the belief of the people.
It's the belief of the people because you are not telling me my belief. More Jamaya belief.
But this is the reality.
If you believe,
this is the reality.
If you believe and my belief differs.
But the economy, the budget Alka approved for the general well-being of the Gambian
Very
people.
well.
If the budget Alka approved doesn't serve the interest of the Gambian people, then why going for it?
Of course, the budget is serving the people of the Gambia.
In what way? Because already you approve a budget that led to inflation going high in the country.
How?
They are connected.
How is that? I know you are an economic student, but how does it? How does the budget increase the inflation of the country?
You overspend your money with huge deficit, having a direct impact on our money, depreciating against other foreign currencies.
The deficit, if the Gambia want to go to zero deficit, there should be a lot of sacrifices.
Even Jammeh in 2014, our minister budget will approve. He said, you know what, in 2015 or thereabout, in the near future, we are going to have zero budget. He got that ambition. But you people are not saying about that.
But did they have that?
Well, that was
who was the minister then?
Kebature.
Not the current finance minister. No. See, zero budget, forget it. When we look at the budget, we have to look at the envelope. Where is our resources coming from? You need to spend a project of $1,000.
But do you think in Mansakunda as we speak right now, we didn't have the money to construct. But yesterday you as a National Assembly with your colleagues, you connive and went and to go and construct a road, which is not proper.
We don't have money to construct.
Of course we did it.
So
you know that.
Where is the roads that are going? Where are they coming from?
Well, it is coming from loans, from international loans and domestic loans. But you know that better than me.
That's what I'm telling you. All the projects are. I don't know.
But that is hampering our economy.
We need roads.
But do you know that that's hampering our economy?
Let's go to URR, for example. For more than 50 years, from Basel to Fatou, there is no good road at all. These are just from our good friends out there. Many I'm not justifying the road. I said the need for us to have roads. But whether it is coming from our coffers or it is coming from loans, we need to have roads. But if this country, the requirement of roads. Sorry, no, the requirement. No, wait. No. The requirement of roads we need in this country is far more than what we have.
It doesn't matter at this moment.
We need it. Road is development. Road is security.
If you have money, in your Kodosoro, operator, you need road. You try to stabilize your economy before going forward.
How will you stabilize your economy if you don't even have access roads to health facilities?
Well, most of our money that we
health
that
facilities.
Comes from, no, but you
don't have roads to your goods. People don't have roads to go to their homes.
The money that we gather.
You see, the way economists think is different from those who are. I'm not an economist.
If you have been advised based on economic principles,
I'm not an economist, but I know we have basic things that we need in life. We need roads in life, we need schools, we need access.
But if you have a broken economy, how are you after connect having a broken economy and going
that's
to
where
construct a road for millions?
Roads should go.
Despite having a broken economy?
Yes, we can have sacrifices that can really, we can have, road is basic, we need to have that. But there are areas,
I'm not in the history of the Gambia. Anyway, if it happens, Mansakunda single-handedly, is around 70 something kilometers.
I'm not saying
you accept. You have to accept. If you have not accept. If you have an oversight as a National Assembly member, a little mistake, you accepted that we had made a mistake.
In doing what? In passing the bill?
Of course, in approving that budget or supplementary that Minister last year.
Like what? Which kind of supplementary we like?
Last year, supplementary. Some members are supplementary, including the Hakalam law.
Yes. Yeah. Last year. Yes. And this year also we'll have supplementary. You see, Banco will move. And this Gambia, maybe more nyanta honestly fanfele. Ya for Gambia dingulenko. Ni be budget or dedala follow. Ikaju ika misalo diala. And a very simple term. If I could take an example of your home. Ye korda so they left a boom lola je. E ba ila sansan be boirin. Ba itela soto bulo o kanyanta dal kemelama. Ba ite sulata menna kanyin kolke o nas uli cleanet. There's a gap. Ibo bonda muntole. This is the way I think economists should tell Gambians, so that Gambians will play with their minds.
Yeah,
their
economic. Anyone.
Of course. Some economists are just playing Gambians with their intelligence. If you talk about budget, you must know what is the envelope. Where is your source of income as a country? They can't generate to meet what we want to have. What gap? What deficit? But this should be explained to the Gambians.
But the gap,
and especially by economists. But you are not explaining that.
In 2014, Gab deficit, it was just $1 million some dollars. Now we're talking about
1 million?
Yes, of course. Now we're talking about billions.
1 million?
Of course. Because
deficit.
Of course, the deficit.
1 million?
Of course.
Deficit 1 million. Can you repeat yourself?
Yes, yourself. We have
1 million.
A deficit.
No, you're not serious.
No, a deficit also in 2014. It was just budget man approved was 10 billion rather. So you have 8 billion. That was our money. That was the revenue. So they approved a 10 billion. So the difference was rather not 1 million. It should be 1 billion.
That's why I keep repeating 1 million. Because I said, hear yourself, 1 million.
But in your own case, we are talking about 6 to 7 billion. Minister,
what needs to be done?
You guys haven't done that.
No, what is done is fine. I said, what needs to be done? To close that gap, we have to look at our activities, prioritize, and we need sacrifice. For me, travels are the areas we should look at. because that's what a lot of our monies are spent on.
Vehicles.
Yes, you can bring vehicles as well. These are the areas. So if we want to cut, these are the areas we need to look at.
But
and sacrifice.
there
must be
people.
Yeah, because we don't have a serious government.
No, but the National Assembly.
No, we don't have a serious. Look, National Assembly is different from the executive.
The National Assembly, we need a serious government. The diaspora voting, colleague of yours said, Minister Nathan and Deputy Bungotole, I tell misled, I fill in the Kafale diaspora and Colby Carter file. And according to Atel Fonka if there is a law, me along near National Assembly during proceedings, I stand to be corrected if I'm wrong. Near filling, you should be charged for contempt. Why are you guys leaving those laws idling lying down there?
I think people like you and some of the people that think like you need some schooling in terms of making laws. You see, you cannot take the blame and put all this lawmaking on the...
Well, we are not blaming you for anything.
That's what I'm telling you. I say you need some schooling.
Okay, come in.
That's what I'm telling you. You don't take all these laws and then put it on the soldiers of the National Assembly. We are lawmakers. Law is made come from two sides. You have law coming from the side of government as bills. You have private members' bill. The burden is on government to change these laws.
I'm not saying Alia change. I'm for wala minister ko al diaspora ngol be carte fela wala fale. Al tel fo fintina al ko minister yal mislete.
I didn't say that.
Well, I said a colleague of yours. Ako ayal filindele. Nko there is a section in the constitution which talk about contempt. Puruka National Assembly ke doya. Munati na albiko wuluwal tama di molka meniko wasifa.
Ntemang agree to what that particular colleague has said. Kafoko minister mol mislead. All along, I knew diaspora will not vote because the government is not serious, it's not committed to it. Diaspora cannot just vote like if you don't have a committed government. Things that need to be in place before elections should happen. The current election bill that is before the members of parliament should have come since in 2018. Now, for the last minute, you want people to change that law. It cannot become law because the period is not is too short, 6 months. So it's impossible. I've said it several times that they're not going to vote because the government is not serious. This bill should have come since 2018. By now, they would have voted. All the hitches could have been overcome. But I'm monkey because the government is not serious, and that is the Barrow government.
If a man second man serious, well, then the man so be a in a poor diaspora and call
that answer maybe telling them to answer.
Yeah, but you said they are not serious.
Yes, because these serious. I'm saying I'm accusing them of not being serious and not committed. Because I said if they were serious and committed, they should have bring this bill in 2018. 2 years before the election, we would have cleared all the hitches. That's why I'm saying they are not serious and they're not committed. But why they are not, that question is for them, not me.
So the current state of the Gambia la Carola, let's just go back a bit. Initially in 2017, covering Al National Assembly, the road was, flying on the road was smooth. Why all of a sudden you turn to become a strong critic of President Barrow Mansakunda?
Because President Barrow is not seen politically the same way I am seeing things. So I can't see eye to eye. If our visions, our way of seeing things differ politically, we can be the same, simple. 2017, we were all seeing the same position. But down the road, we've differed in opinions and the way we think. So that's it, simple as that. But that's politics.
So apart from politics, national issues, Hani Bankola Kualam, do you guys, Atal Menkata Deputy Bonde Kal 2 million, Kal Mumulti Mialanko Bankola, Yurua, Fang Alkalafika, Sabakomal?
Who wanted to turn because you move in a National Assembly. I after Bankoy Tanyat. Ni be all the members, 58 members, ni be kafunyo. Along ko majority after Bankoy Tanyat. So ni menko National Assembly nyol man laf Bankoy Tanyat. Ndemo law ko want to could mention.
Be afinti da kibar kay tole bala ko minister of information aya fo le ko man sakunda han bi be committee ne wala be wakil din pour draft constitution ni ba ken wala nyame prime murnang kotake wala ay law amo fulation wala kotake. Yamira nyim as is possible kabri waro me masakunda et kata ko ke ka good luck Jonathan na fina o man tama kote ke foni la faka simfa